Today I am going to show you how I varnish my oil paintings. Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. Now, I have not always varnished my oil paintings. There are many reasons why you may choose to or not to varnish it. The biggest thing that a varnish can do for you is it's protecting your artwork. One of the main reasons that in the past that this had to be done was that people smoked inside their houses, or they had different things. There was smoke inside the buildings that these paintings were kept in. So the paintings would yellow really badly over time. If there was a varnish on top, that varnish could be removed and then reapplied, and then the painting looks brand new again without damaging the painting underneath. But because that smoke really isn't an issue anymore, it's not something that a lot of artists choose to do. Why would you choose not to do it? Because most varnishes require that the painting be 100% dry for 6 months before you apply it. Now, most of us cannot hang on to a painting for 6 months before we varnish it. It's just not practical. And going back to the fact that most buyers are not going to be smoking in their homes, it's not such a big deal. On the flip side, I read an article a while back where somebody who had collected a lot of very valuable artwork, there was a fire in one of the rooms of their house. The fire never touched the paintings, but the smoke turned the paintings completely black. They were able to take it in and have that varnish removed and reapplied, and the paintings were like new. I'm sure they smelled terrible for a while, but the paintings were unharmed because that varnish protected them. So there's definitely a reason to varnish, but I also understand why a lot of artists choose not to. I decided more recently that I do want to start varnishing my work. The reason that you have to wait 6 months for a painting to dry before you apply the varnish, oil paintings don't dry. That's really not the right term for them. They cure, and it's a slow process that happens inside the paint on the previous layers, not just being dry to the touch. Underneath is going to be wet, and that's going to take a while to cure. So there's a reason for this. If you put a varnish on top, it makes it so that the painting can't breathe, so it can definitely cause problems with that curing process. One of the biggest bonuses to varnishing a painting, besides protecting the work, is that it gives you a nice even gloss or a matte finish, whichever you choose to go with, but it gives you even coverage and even surface over the entire top. If you do glazing with a lot of your mixing medium in one area and not another, you can have hot spots that are super shiny and then others that are really dull. So by varnishing it, this is going to even all of that out, and it'll give you this nice even sheen. Now, in my specific situation, because I work in so many glazes and do so many thin layers, most of my work has an even sheen over the entire top of it anyway, because of the way that I use liquid and again with those glazes. So it's not a huge deal, but there are going to be times where it's not even. So what do you do then? This apple painting that I did for my intro to oil painting video, this one was one of those. I had super hot spots that were really, really shiny and others that were not because of the way that I applied the paint. So what I do now is use a product called Gamvar. This is made by Gamblin. This is the same company who makes Gamsol, which is an odorless mineral spirit. With the Gamvar, and by the way, as I'm holding this, I feel like a commercial. Buy Gamvar. I'm not being promoted. I'm not at all associated with this company. It's just a product that I like. We'll just set that down so I don't feel like so much of an advertisement. But with that one, you can apply it to your painting as soon as it is dry to the touch. And if you paint really thick, make sure that if you push on it with your fingernail, if it indents, it's not dry to the touch enough. It needs to be dry so it's not mushy. But when you paint the thin layers like I do, you can apply this. I mean, the next day, 2 days later, I can go ahead and apply this varnish. And once that dries for a couple of days, you're okay to ship the painting. And applying it is super simple. Let's go ahead and take a look. So I start by putting the Gamvar into a small separate container, and then I just dip the paintbrush in it and apply it to the canvas. As you can see, it doesn't really matter which direction I'm going in. You're not going to have your brush strokes show as long as you're applying this in very thin layers. Don't glob this on. You don't need very much. A little bit goes a very long way, and you can see by creating this nice shine on here, this is why I love gloss so much. Look how rich it makes these colors. I just love how that looks. But again, apply it in very, very thin layers, and then you are going to clean your brush in odorless mineral spirits or paint thinner as you normally would with your other oil paints. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I'm critiquing your original paintings or drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, art Q&A videos every Thursday, and artist vlogs every Saturday. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. All of those social media sites are linked below in the video description where you can keep up with news, my newest work, and see real-time clips of whatever it is I'm currently working on. I'll see you guys in a few days.